Go ahead and get them out of here since we got a long night tonight. This is going to be item 51. And it's a motion to approve scheduling a public hearing on July 16, 2019 for the purpose of hearing comments to a proposed industrial development district, industrial facilities tax abatement, and application for Hearn Industrial Services at 13500 Hearn, Taylor, Michigan, 48180. And I think this is Mr. Sutherland.
Yep, through the chair. This is really, we're kind of getting ahead of this a little bit earlier than we have in the past. This is really to set a public hearing. All the information will come at next meeting with the presentation and everything there, but we wanted to bring in Mr. Hearns from Hearns Industrial to kind of give you a little overview of what he does. It's just a snapshot because this is really just setting a date, right? But out of the respect of council, we wanted to, Steve wanted to address everybody, and I know that some council members did a tour of his facility, and they might want to say something. But with that, Steve, I'll let you kind of give a little snapshot of what you do.
You want me to stand up? Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to get everything. So we're looking at putting an addition on. We have some options within our different facilities. We're an industrial automotive supplier. We do manufacturing of parts, components. And we do a lot of sequencing, sub-assembly, and logistics of materials. We are a complete supply chain service. We bring in all the materials from all around the country, world, wherever it is, and we disperse it back, manufactured and built into the assembly plants around the local market. We have 7 facilities today. We're a Canadian-based company today. Our headquarters in Windsor, Ontario. I'm Canadian. So our plan is to really set up a market for us in the States to be our U.S. headquarters, because we have plants in Cleveland. We got another plant in Brownstown right now. Now we have to make a decision. We've been awarded a lot of new business, and we have to make a decision on what we're going to do in the near future here, if we're going to stay called in Taylor, or if we're going to expand in Brownstown, or if we're going to move to our existing facilities in Cleveland or Louisville. So my plan is to stay in Taylor and kind of build our home U.S. headquarters here. And you're more than welcome to come visit anytime. I can try and walk you through what we do, but I know I have a few council members join us at our facility. And it's kind of amazing on how things come together, because we're, just in time. There's sequencing where the parts come from all the way across the world, and we have to get it right into the line at the exact same precise time. Otherwise, we shut down plants. And you'd hear about that if you did.
So through the chair, your business has been since 1966, you said?
Yep, my father started the business. He started with a backhoe. There's some good stories in behind that, but he really grew up to be a real good entrepreneur. Kind of a yes man. People asked him, can you do this, can you do this? And he turned into being, a quite successful person. And then myself and my brother, we sold to ThyssenKrupp, a large German company, in 2006. We stuck around for 10 years, and then we decided to open back up again. We opened back up in 2016. So it's myself and my brother. My father retired many years ago, about 18, 20 years ago. So we're taking the business to a different level now, and we're looking at continuing our growth. The two of us started out in 2016. We have over 850 employees today. So, and we've been awarded a lot of new business that we need the space in the market. It can be here or it can be anywhere. But right now I'm leasing a building in Brownstown. There's capacity there, but again, I'm trying to put things in one roof at this point.
Your facility that you're talking about expanding here in Taylor, I take it there's got to be enough room already, but is there additional room that if you ever wanted to extend again?
No, there's some easements that go through our property. It's the rail easements that go along through Allen Road.
Okay.
So we're pretty well maxing our usage. It's going to get us basically to double our building.
Okay.
Yes.
To 200,000.
200, yeah. Just over 200,000, be 215,000.
And the additional, the additional expansion will create a rough estimate?
Right at this point, what was awarded business is at least 100 jobs, 3 jobs, and that's from different levels, and even all the way up to an executive, because now we're getting to a different level. We have to find a good executive person to run our US operations. We have managers at all of our sites today, but things are getting pretty thin for myself and my brother, so now we have to get a different level of personnel here, so. And I have a list out of what I need.
One of the questions I asked too is, and we had done that with another company, Preferred Packaging, is to get our students in the schools now, the high school, and the programs that they have at our career center, or the academies they have at the high school, maybe job shadowing and maybe, learning the job, and then him hiring them right here from the Taylor kids too, so.
I would love it. Like, I mean, we have a need every single day for simple things like CAD and engineering, and like industrial engineering. Every day we struggle with finding good people.
Through the chair, also I called Craig for Preferred Packaging, and we're going to set up a meet and greet with them too. Yeah, so I knew Craig would be eager to have that phone call, and he's eager to,
Absolutely, yeah. We're good
get
partners.
his product from right here in Taylor.
I was very impressed, it really was, and you weren't even in work mode.
Yeah, right now,
Yeah.
they arrived today, but I think Butch, you've seen it in action, and it's kind of amazing how things come together, and you're more than welcome all to come once the plants get back up and running next week and the week after. You're all more than welcome to come and visit.
I've never seen so many happy employees. I don't know how that man can get through the building without being hugged and his hand shaken. That's why I asked him, I said, where are these people coming from for crying out loud?
Yeah.
But again, after you've talked and see what the employees are doing, it's my understanding the pay is really good, benefits are really good. So it's just like you explained. In order to keep the personnel, you got to pay the money to keep the good people working for you.
Yeah.
And so that's what.
I mean, that's really how our company was growing over time, is because of good people, obviously, people saying yes, and, because I walk away, I'm not doing the job every single day that shuts down plants and everything, so if they don't have that respect for it, when you walk away, you're not getting anything done, and I would have some hefty fines, because it's 10,000 a minute every time I shut a plant down, so.
Who's your manager for your trucking? What's his name, Morrow?
Bob Morrow.
Bob Morrow, he grew up
Morrow.
in Taylor. He lives over across the tracks there off of RD.
Yeah.
Lives over by the baseball fields.
Then he coached and he played ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bumped into him. He's working there now. He's one of the,
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Good.
Yeah. But we would rarely hire outside, like, going, I'm gonna find an executive, it's very hard. We don't ever go, a lot of I see our employees, it's a manager today, he started off as a laborer. That's a lot of our work staff. We educate them, we train them, we coach them, because they know if you come to our business, it's so intricate. It's not like we just make an iPhone, but we make a lot of different things, and you gotta be really nimble, because our customers, they change their minds often, so we have to be very nimble too.
Through the chair, Steve's business is really a niche, kind of a business. I mean, he really finds out what his customer needs and adapts to that.
Yeah.
Just tell the one story of the crate
Crate
shaft.
shaft, yeah.
Okay.
So, if anybody knows, we magnetically particle inspect a crankshaft. Basically, they manufacture a crankshaft, they sit it with, they magnetize it, pour this fluid over top of it, and it really finds if there's any subsurface or surface cracks on it. So before it goes into machining, because they machine at so high speeds, one little tool and there's a crack in it, it would shatter the machine apart. So it'd be millions of dollars worth of damage. This happened, we've been doing this job for 23 years now. Some gentleman approached us, hey, do you guys magnetically particle inspect crankshafts? Probably like a lot of you don't even know what I just said. I'm like, sure we do. So this is a Thursday afternoon. The guy called Friday and says, give me a price, give him a price. He says, I got 2,800 crankshafts coming Monday morning. This was this weekend 22 years ago, in a holiday weekend. So, well, it was a Canadian, so I now have to go out and find what even magnetic particle, because I had no idea what he was talking about. I had to go find it. It wasn't like there was Google or anything like that. I had no clue what he was talking about.
Oh, so you didn't even have that?
No, I didn't know what he was talking about.
Was you in the car industry?
So we said yes, and then I had to go up to Toronto, pay a guy triple time. I rented his machine for the weekend. I had to hook it electrically, because there's a lot of electrical components. I had to buy all this fluid. Had to put this Hearn gear on all this guy, which is our company name, and Monday morning, by the time that all happened, it was Monday morning, and the gentleman from Ford showed up, and goes, "You guys really do this." He gave us a PO, and we're still doing it today. So that's how, you know, our business developed over time, so.
You run all your trucks out of there. How many trucks you run out of?
Right now, we got about 24, 23 or 24. And we were gonna need about up to 50 here in Shortland.
And you what, if I remember correctly, the things that you put together have to be at Ford's before that line is ready for them, otherwise you shut them down.
Yeah, correct. I mean, so if you can just think of Michigan Assembly Plant, they're building a new Ranger. All those parts gotta go in. Like if it's a red Ranger with pink seats and a yellow visor, and I mean, you can customize your vehicle so much anymore. We have to make sure that all those things get to the line the exact same time, at the right time. Because when that thing's coming down, it better be a pink visor that's going on it, and the next one's a blue visor and everything else. So that's the kind of intricacy that we have, and that's why, you know, we gotta treat our employees well too, because the person can play that game all day long, take that little visor and put it in the next slot, and it shuts the line down.
So do you just kind of create like a crate, a kit, and then you mark it, and it's marked to that car? And
Yeah.
then, like the whole scan system?
Some kits, some, you know, if it's all, like, we manufacture the racks too, we build all the racks, we design all the racks that go into the plants. And then we also assemble all the parts, we love the parts too, we actually do the assembly, because when you ship, for example, glass gets shipped and it's, you know, an eighth of an inch away from each other, because there's no components on it, they're all the exact same shape, they can put a little spacer in between it. But once you put all the components on it, all the little pins, all the solder, and you do all the actual manufacturing to the glass, it gets to be about this thick. And the manufacturers are nowhere near here for glass. They're all in Nashville, and they're in big glass companies. So we designed, and that's some of the things that George was talking about, is that we designed to these guys and said, because they were gonna send them from Nashville assembled. Well, we saved them, you know, it was $3 or $4 million a year just in freight costs, because we said ship it to us this close together, because you can only put the same amount of racks on a truck. But 5 times the amount of material that you can get on that truck, and that freight's $1,000 a time. They're doing 4 or 5 truckloads a day. So just thinking you would times that by 5. So those are the things that we kind of sit here and hear people's pains and look at people's pains and say, how do we make it better? I mean, we try to get a little intricate and nimble, like we said, and try to figure it out, because now we're assembling the piece, and now after we go through all assembly, we have to now get that piece into the right spot, right channel, right everything. A lot of our business is based on systems. We got a room probably the size of this that's just full of systems, and the unfortunate part is, you know, it stops, and we're kind of blind, and we got manual process to do it all, but it's very we're intricate with every single plant around. We know exactly when that vehicle comes out of the paint, when it's a piece of steel, we know when it's coming out of paint, it's a white vehicle, and it's got all the bill of material with that white Mustang, for example. So that gives us the trigger within 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I have to have those parts on the line in spot. So it's very, 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 very tight.
So you guys deliver them to the actual location in the plant?